Good evening, everyone. I am so excited you guys are all here. Today is Monday night, July 18th. I sometimes have to pinch myself that these are Monday night calls because they're so much fun. But I just want to welcome you all here. My name is Stacy Southward. I'm a 5-star ambassador here, and I love what we do. This opportunity, let me just tell you, allowed me to quit my full-time job. Okay, I was at my full-time job for 27 years. Some of you know my story. I also originated from Minnesota. We have now retired to the deep, deep south of Texas, and we absolutely love not having snow anymore. Best decision ever to come south. But I tell you guys this not as a matter of just telling you more about me, but that you too can do this. You too can make improvements on your lives by just following what we have here. So if someone invited you here to this call tonight, I'm so grateful you're here. You are meant to be here and you are meant to hear this message. I have been with Wine Ambassador since the fall of 2019. And it has taught me who I'm not an original, didn't normally drink wine because I didn't know enough about it. Now I know enough that I love having it shipped to my door. I love that our wine experts choose that wine for me every single month. And I love that I get to practice opening the bottles and tasting it with the different foods I make. So that's just a little bit on what this opportunity has done for me. I'm very excited to introduce all of you to our CEO. He is the one who invited me to this opportunity, that had I not done so back in, end of September, early October 2019, I would still be in Minnesota. I would still be in that full-time job. And I wouldn't necessarily be here because I'd be too tired from working that full-time job. So, Rory, what do you have to tell us today about this amazing club that we've got here?
So I know we got a lot of people that are here again, and we got a lot of new names. I was going through this and looking, and that's awesome. We have an incredible opportunity, and I'm going to lay it out in kind of a different form and roll out stuff that you guys already know, because it is truth based on truth. Truth doesn't change. This opportunity is available because the world does things in a very corrupt and greedy way. This opportunity is available because the world needs to have access to true wines. So when I say the world does it in a bad way, 85% of the wines in the US alone, and it's similar around the rest of the world, are controlled, distributed through conglomerates. Conglomerates don't care about fine quality. They buy up names and brands that have built their reputation on fine wine. They buy the label and then they mass produce the wines to a recipe that doesn't include letting it age and nurture the proper way for years, but in months. And in order to basically disguise the fact they didn't age it properly, they use additives to simulate the taste and structure of the wine as if they had done it the proper way. And that's the access of wines that people have at the grocery store, at wine stores, pretty much everywhere where someone is not absolutely representing a true fine wine. It's actually most wines that you have available are not true fine wines, yet they call them wines. And that's where the opportunity for us is we get to be part of the truth of what true fine wines are, but not only do we get to educate people on the difference, but we get to give them access to a wine of the month club where they get new fine wines every month, and then they can order custom cases and at a price and value that they cannot get anywhere else. The way that we structured this is we have wines made, they're commissioned by incredible winemakers. These are second and third generation winemakers. They are arguably the best winemakers in all of Napa and Sonoma Valleys. We use them and they use their relationships to bring in the right fruits, meaning grapes, the right produce to make this wine. And we also have our own vineyards now that we supply as much of the Pinot Noir grape as we can now. We're raising Syrah to be ready at some point. And we are a big part of that, but we definitely utilize more wine than the grapes, or more grapes than what we grow. And we source those as deemed by the relationship of the winemaker. The winemakers, it's a great relationship. They aren't marketing pros. They're winemaking pros. And we have a really good relationship because we sell out the entire, we basically give them a blank check for the wine that we need them to make, whether it's a Merlot, a Cab, Pinot Noir, a Pinot Grigio, a Chardonnay, whatever the varietal that we're commissioning with them. And we have amazing wines because of that. And we ensure that we have amazing wines. Our wines are made and facilitated in one warehouse. Okay, the winemakers oversee it. They come and do their love and check in on it. And we also, Tanya and myself, Brett comes with us, and also Peter. There's 3 of us with really good tongues, and we taste the wines and approve them before we get them bottled. We make sure they matured properly, and we agree with the winemaker. If the winemaker and us do not agree, it does not get bottled. And, I can give you an example. We had that Moscato that's out. Those that have it, I think it's gone. But those that got the Moscato, I talked about it for over a year and a half because I thought it was ready a year and a half ago. And he wasn't happy with the final product because he wanted some aging of the elements of the flavor to come together. And I'm glad I waited. It was amazing the year before. It was even better when we got a bottle, and it's a good relationship for quality. And we want to make sure we have a true fine wine. These wines don't have additives. We don't add sulfites. We let the sulfites be created in the natural fermentation and winemaking process. So it's made in our controlled space. It's loved on. It's also bottled at that space. And then it goes around the corner in Napa to our shipping warehouse, where it then goes from that warehouse to your door. There's no middlemen. There's no outside third-party entities that jack up the prices because of the development or the cost or anything else like that. And so we were able to create the fine product of fine wines and deliver it to your door at the best feasible value. And that created a huge opportunity for our ambassadors. We chose the referral and online marketing path to market this incredible thing, mainly because we're disruptors in our own rights. Every owner of Wine Ambassador are professional marketers. We've been doing it for decades. And when we take our skill set and apply it towards wine, we know we're going to win over, and we're going to be competing really against the 85% margin, or 85% of the wines that are out there, which are the crappy modified wines, the punch wines, as I call them. They're a wine type product. It's what we get to do, right? And when people want to find our wines, and our wines get more and more notice and recognition, they can only get them through a wine ambassador. Even our restaurant program that offers our wines at the $100 a bottle, $200 a bottle, $500 a bottle, $1,000 a bottle. If a person wants to buy the wine, they can only get them by joining through the ambassador program and becoming a member or a Grand Cru member to get access to those wines. It's a very smart business direction. Also, anybody that claims they have our wines, they don't. And so we control our marketplace. We're not going through the distribution model other than the one we're creating with you as ambassadors. It's really important to know that. And even the corporate marketing on our labels and our brands feeds our Grand Cru members that are active. If you're an active Grand Cru member, you're in the rotation. And we do that because our Grand Cru members not only know our standard wines that are amazing, that are valued in the marketplace at $80 to $120, that our members get for $25. But you also have access to our Grand Cru and understand the taste of those, so you can represent those properly. And our Grand Cru wines, you get 6 bottles for $600. Those wines are $300 to $700 a bottle. It's an amazing. Our current Grand Cru selection is worth more than $2,500, and you're getting it for $600 as a member. That's what we get to do, and we know that you know what our tastes are. You can represent it, so we share the leads that come through with our active Grand Cru members in our rotation. If you're a Grand Cru and you're active, you're in the rotation. And if you go to like Rickard.com, you'll see the rotation in effect. If you go to TanyaWines.com, you'll see the rotation in effect. If you go to Antonio wines.com or whatever they are, morethanmuse.com, all of our brands are out there and being marketed in a professional SEO, keyword, and online marketing method to feed us. They don't go to us directly, other than we are Grand Crus also in the program. The owners of this program get paid the same way you do. We are builder owners active in building the downlines. We build with you as partnerships in the ambassador program, and we take it even a step further. So, in coordination with everything we do here, we do leadership training, and we are adding a lot to that. We develop our partnerships, and that to us, this is a partnership. It's so important that from Tanya and myself, from our family, not Wine Ambassador, but from our family, the Rickard family, to you, we support you with paid marketing. We fund your marketing and give you access to incredible training, how to use that marketing to grow your Wine Ambassador, Wine of the Month Club customers with us. And I ask everybody just to treat this like your own Wine of the Month Club inside the best Wine of the Month Club in the world. And we are the best. We're the only ones that do it in our manner. So there's 3 types of Wine of the Month clubs out there. It's good to know what competition we're up against. The first ones are the oldest of all times. They are the Wine of the Month clubs, or the Wine Direct clubs, or with the wineries. They're not usually of the month, they're usually of the quarter or of the release. It could be a one-time shipment a year. That is where you sign up as a member of that winery that you went and got exposure to and got the story and fell in love with their wines, and you signed on to get their new release every year. That's how this concept actually began. The next type is the most popular type that's out there. It's also, to me, it's really a sad one, and I'll explain. This would be the Wall Street Journal Wine of the Month Club. This would be every other Wine of the Month club that you could find. They're usually a white label of this derivative, and they literally are selling discount wines or wines that are overruns, meaning it's in a commercial process. They're sold in the store maybe for $7.99, $8.99, $19.99, and whatever can't sell or at a certain point, they found a way to get rid of them to the consumers on a very low cost shipping only startup or low cost monthly fee to get access to a Wine of the Month club. And you're getting what you pay for. You're getting the crap wines. That's that's what most Wine of the Month clubs are referred to as, unfortunately. Then there's the Wine Ambassador. We are the only Wine of the Month club that literally is creating wines of our own. I guess, we hire the winemakers to make them. There are labels, our brands with our marketing and stuff behind them as Wine Ambassador and our labels, but again, consigned, commissioned with the artist, the liquid artists that make them. Okay. We don't have our own in-house team that makes these wines. No, we hired the best of the best that were there, commissioned them to create these wines for us, whether it's the Merlots, the Cabs, the Sauvignon Blancs, the Pinot Grigio, all the varietals that we have. And then we have a lot of fun. And I'm going to show you the compensation plan. And for Grand Cru members, you have access to our harvest event, which is turning into a harvest and leadership event starting next year. But this year, it's going to be a big, huge party we have in our vineyards in Napa. It's going to be Labor Day, and it starts in the afternoon and goes way late into the night, where we do a lot of celebration in our vineyards, or lit up like a stadium. We got the harvest lights up, and we get to recognize the hard work for the previous year. We get to recognize where we are and where we're going. We get to have incredible catered food, Napa style. This is Napa chic, guys. This is what you would see in a Hollywood movie. Those that went last year know exactly what I'm talking about, but you arrive to an amazing entry point down the road into the vineyards where all the tables are set up with the tablescapes and then incredible food and obviously amazing wines. And we release a new wine label this year, and then we have 2 more years we're doing it for the top producer, the top growth year to year. And that winner gets their name literally immortalized in the company as a label with a varietal that'll be released on an ongoing basis. And that way they can take it, they can take part in this growth. And we got 2 more years coming after this. This year's already in the books. The label winner, they don't know whom they are, male or female, and they got there by group effort, and that's how it usually works. And it's going to be a fun release, but the food has already been catered to pair with this wine. And I like to let you guys know, for those of you that have been around for a while, and even the brand new, this is a brand new release of a varietal we have yet to release in Wine Ambassador. So it's going to be a very special time, and that'll be rolled out. And then that's Labor Day for Grand Crus. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you the comp plan. And then I'm just going to tell you to get the person that brought you here, tell them thank you, and get started. There's 3 ways to get started. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. It's real simple. I'm going to pull it up. It's wineambassadorcompplan.com. And it's a very rewarding and simple process on here. There's not a lot of hoops and gotchas. It's very straightforward. There's 3 ways to get started. 1, become a customer. You know, if this sounds too good to be true, that these wines are that amazing compared to what you're used to at the store, try it out. Be a customer for $100. Get 4 incredible bottles. You will be so happy, and you'll get an idea of how this runs. Then we have our ambassador levels. We have Estate, Reserve, and Grand Cru. All 3 have access to the same compensation plan and structure. The difference is based on your level, you get a discount on additional cases of wine. We also give you the best pricing to get started with us. We call them starter kits, but you get them at the Grand Cru pricing. It is literally cheaper, cost-effective wise, to become an ambassador than it is to be a customer and buy the wine. And that's because we want our ambassadors to come in at great value and get exposure to wine. The more you know our wines and how to pair them and how to understand them, the better you can represent the business. So we invest with you. And we also invest with you to grow this business. We know what true acquisition costs are. And we also wanted to make this to where people can make a great part-time, full-time, or career life-changing income. And we've proven that out. That's what's here. We have members making 6 figures a year and growing. And we have lots to just get those extra hundreds of dollars a month to help continue to get free wine, or to just pay a house payment or a mortgage here and there, or a utility bill or a car payment, whatever. It helps offset the cost. And that's what's really good about opportunities like this. Your overhead is pretty insignificant. And I'll just state that, in order to be, in the program, you got to have at least 50 BV of product. And whether that's wine or our Grapevine Powerline system, which is option number 3, for those that live in non-ship states or non-ship countries, you can participate. Some of our top leaders come from Canada, and for a long time, they weren't able to get wine. They are now. So anyway, Estate members is $300. You get a case of wine. You get a 10% discount on your additional cases of wine. So when you do a custom case, you save 10%, and you're going to get it off of the standard customer price. The standard customer price is $360, which is a tremendous deal for a case of this wine. But you get 10% off. As a Reserve member, you get 2 cases of our wine at that point, and you get 15% discount. And then as a Grand Cru, you get 2 cases of our incredible wine plus a 6-bottle Grand Cru selection, and you get 20% off. You get a black card that literally says Wine Snob on it. That gives you awesome access and preferential treatment at our events, at our wine ambassador events. And you get 20% discount on our additional cases of wine, which is the lowest discount offered. Now, it's the same price as when you come in. So it's literally more affordable to become a Reserve than to buy an additional case of wine. And we did that on purpose. There is a natural rollout. So there's 2 types of wine customers that come in. One are the ones that are novice. Maybe they've tasted wine. They don't really know the difference. They need a lot of education. This is a great way to discover it. We're a discovery program. And then you have your wine connoisseurs. A wine connoisseur is used to the value and understand what goes behind wine. And they're the ones that are that order a steak dinner, and it might be $100 a plate, but they'll order a $500 bottle of wine because they know that wine's going to enhance that meal and it's worth the experience. They understand that. Wine connoisseurs come in here at Grand Cru day 1. Happens all the time. But those that are not knowing the stuff, that you don't understand the value yet, that's great. We love that. Because after you get that first case of wine, you're going to want the second. And after you have 2 cases of wine, there is no way you're not going to be asking yourself, okay, these wines are really good. I wonder how much better those Grand Cru wines really are. And then you get to experience that next level. This is where care and nurturing on the wine takes a whole different representation with the winemakers. And the fruit is the best fruits possible. There's different levels. And the fruit changes based on the terroir of the landscape, the mineral base in the soil, and also the amount of water it gets or doesn't get, and how much sunlight. All sorts of things factor in to creating that amazing fruit that gets put into the wine. There's a lot. You'll be learning about it as we do the courses. Now, we have 5 ways to get paid. 1 is free wine. And that's what we want everybody to be at, because we make it super affordable, super economic, and also for your time. Your first 3 customers are literally worth $1,200 a year to you in wine. If you refer 1 customer into the program and they order every month, every 3 accumulative orders, you're going to get a credit for $99.95 to offset your monthly wine that you get. If you have 2 that are ordering every month, 2 out of 3 months, you're going to get credit for wine. If you have 3 or more customers ordering every month, you're going to get a free wine credit every month. And that's for customers and ambassadors. And then for ambassadors, we got 4 more ways you get paid. One is the ambassador customer acquisition bonus. After you got your free wine every month, you're going to get a $20 bonus on the next customers you bring in. And you get $10 a month ongoing every time they place an order. Every month they place an order. So that adds up. And for our, our top guys that are out there producing, they have hundreds of customers. They can make, $1,000, $2,000 a month just off of that income payment right there. Then we go to our wine starter kit. So as you recruit new ambassadors that come in and they get this incredible price on our starter kits, this is where the company chimes in with you, and we literally help you and invest with you to grow the business. They're going to get an incredible case of wine. You're going to get 50% of the starter kit. We are literally investing with you at that point. We also know that when someone joins our business, they stay for several months on average. And we have several that have been here since day one. This is called acquisition cost, and we want you to get paid very well for spending the time to bring them in. It takes a couple conversations sometimes. It takes you presenting them, bringing them here to the Mondays to get them to really, understand what we do. And you get paid very well for doing so. Every new ambassador is worth anywhere from $150 to $600 to you just to get in with the wine starter kit. If they come in at the estate for $300, you get $150 of it. When they upgrade, you get 50% of the upgrade. If they become a Grand Cru, you're going to make up to $600 on that. And that's for every ambassador you work with. And then we have what's called the binary, and you're going to be building a left team and a right team. Binary means 2. And that's how we build what I call the retirement income, the residual long-term income. So as whoever brought you in is going to sign you up on one of their teams. Let's say it's the left team. They're going to teach you how to build that left team. And that's your team leg that's building with other people, right? And then you're going to be able to take the resources we share through the leads and the training on how we market to start building your other team of business. And every Wednesday night, Wednesday night's Wine Wednesday, midnight Eastern, the computer takes a snapshot of your volume in your left team and your volume on your right team. And based on your rank in the company and your active rank, you get paid upwards of 22% of the lesser leg the following Friday. And then we have what's called a check match. So every ambassador you personally bring in, as you help them build their binary income, you're going to receive a check match of up to 50% of that based on your rank in the business. So I'm going to tell you this right now. Some of our top leaders make more money in check match than their own binary because they've been, servant leaders and helping their team build properly, helping others get full-time income because they know if they do it right, they'll get blessed for it as well. Now, it's a very easy qualification. We keep it simple on it. You're going to have 50 BV, and then based on how many personal ambassadors you have, 1 through 10 or more, and how many personal customers you have, there's required 3. We want you to get free wine. We want you getting free wine. And then the volume requirement is the only gotcha. You have a left team and a right team, and for the volume necessary for the rank, upwards of 70% can come from any one team. You get volume credit and get paid on it all, but for the rank achievement, 70% of the volume necessary can only come from one team, and 30% or more from the other team. So it's a minimum 70-30 split for rank achievement levels. That's it. You don't need to be 50-50 or 60-40, but 70-30. Usually you have a runaway team. Your team leg usually outperforms you until you really get a good team going. And that's the benefit of it bouncing back and forth. Now the binary percentage starts at 6% once you've got 1 on the left, 1 on the right at least. And then it goes to 22% based on your rank. And your check match starts at 30% on 3-star and goes to 50% at 6-star. So, Stacy, you're a 5-star at the moment. And as soon as she hits 6-star, her check match goes up. She'll get an instant bonus on her team that's already producing. And that's the benefit of growing it right. We know it's stabilized. And that's the entire comp plan, really. Other than we really take care of our leaders and developing them. And we have other perks and benefits that come into it. We'll talk about that more as it comes. But we have some amazing leadership happening. And I want everybody to know that Grand Cru event coming up in September, while the tickets last, is going to be, incredible. It'll be even better than last year's. We've got stuff lined up, but we're really, really looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot longer time in the vineyard because those lights will be there. And it's not going to be as hot. It's going to be pleasant. And we're going to have a lot more time to enjoy wine, enjoy the food pairings, and some delectable secrets that are coming out. And I cannot wait to show you guys the new wine label and this new wine that we get to release. It's going to be an epic time. That being said, God bless. I'm going to stop this share right now. Let you guys know before we end the night, we do a wine and dine. It's thewineanddineshow.com, as well as the same link you came here. And it starts at 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern every Wednesday. And that's where we have our members and our leaders that are cooking meals and pairing them with our wines. It's a great way for people to learn how easy and fun it is to pair wines. And it's one of those things that practice makes fun events happen. So we're going to do that on Wednesdays. And then Saturday at 9 Pacific, 10 Mountain, 11 Central, and noon Eastern on the same channel, right? We also do training to help people get involved and in the marketing, and we constantly work on that. This is a hobby for some. It's a full-time job for others, and it's a career for many people here. And so we support it throughout the week. All right, God bless. See you guys on the Wine and Dine Wednesday and throughout the other trainings. Bye for now.